Hello, my name is Yulan Dixon, and in this video I will demonstrate the deployment of Linux-based file server for PromiseLand.com in Independence. This server supports 38 employees and provides central file storage, user management, and security controls. So briefly, I've got the following. So we'll have server roles and systems. Central's file management for department, infrastructure, operation, application, and CRM. Simplified authentication and group-based permissions, secure access for local and remote staff, future cloud expansion ready. Now, the server acts as a central shared drive for documents, team resources, and configuration files, allowing centralized control over users and permissions. On the screen, I've already created Promised Land, and this is what I've completed, Promised Land Secure Server. So firstly, this is my instance, this running. My AWS console is running EC2 instance. Now, in this folder, or rather in the CMD, we have access to, it says welcome to Promised Land, which I've already completed. I am going to demonstrate that I've got all the users and groups already, and they all exist. So each department has a Linux group for permission management. Users are added to their respective groups. Admins are granted sudo privileges as needed. Um, then we've got our share file storage permissions. So these are share file and storage permissions. So each group has a dedicated folder with read-write access. Carrie Shoemaker in the executive group has read-only access to all folders. So the secure measures which I've included would be as follows. So I've done the firewall system updates and hardening. Everything has been done. And then as we can see, I've got the open SSH. Additionally, the SSH key based login only, these security measures ensure access control, system hardening, and proper monitoring for the server. Now, on this note, I've got my update packages as well, which are all done. And then just keep in mind that the firewall is enabled and only allows SSH connections, protecting the server from unauthorized access. Okay. Now, if we have a look at the shared so the directories for each department has permission are set to 770, meaning only group members um, can read and write files using get facl, we can see that Cherish Shoemaker has read-only access. So across all folders, so this ensures sensitive files remain protected while allowing executive visibility. So some users like, let's see, some users like JL Lubang have pseudo privileges which administrates execs, and others users have only the permission needed for their role, following the principle of least privilege. So going back to the firewall, so we have a look the SSH, for example. The SSH, so just to keep in mind that is password login is disabled and the root login is blocked. So only key-based SSH access is allowed, preventing um, brute force attacks on root or password accounts. And then when we normally begin our updating the packages for repository list, so this fetches the latest available packages information from Ubuntu servers. So keep in mind when we installed Default, a useful CLI tool for comparing files running different versions, verifies that the package installs successfully. So the highlights of this is viewers can clearly see the permission packages, versions, ACLs, um, and also this server, if we can have a look at it, once logged in, it gives us this. It has the message of the day. So the message of the day will be, welcome to Promised Land server. Authorized users only and unauthorized users is prohibited. So cron job, when it's correctly configured as well. Um, so normally how it works is with that, if it's correctly configured, your cron tab, you can see the schedule reboot entry as well. So I'll explain it to you. So the first field of 0 is a minute, and then the second field is the hour. The third field is the day of the month. The fourth field will be is the month, and then also as we go on, you'd see the star and the 2, that means every 2 years. And then the final part would be is bin/reboot is the command that will run. So this cron job will reboot the server at midnight on January the 1st every 2 years. This ensures normally that the system gets a controlled reboot periodically, which can help with maintenance and uptime management as well. Okay, so one more thing I also want to go through. So if we go back to our group-based permission on shared folders, okay, so if we go back to that, so just to keep in mind that it normally gives Carry Shoemaker read-only access across all shared directories. So we use ACLs here to show that Carry has read permission on every folder without writing or executive permission. This ensures executives can view files but not modify them and maintaining security. Now, if we have a look, I'll just explain what the MOTD does, message of the day. So normally when this display normally with every login, so it logs in via the SSH and it's a custom message that welcomes the Promised Land Secure Linux server. So upon the login, the custom MOTD is displayed at the terminal, which is this as we can see on this terminal. This message normally alerts the user that they are accessing a secure system. So it gives the user ease of mind that it is accessing a secure system, and it sets that expectation for authorized users. So we can also see the view of the MOD directly from the file. So this ensures that the message is correctly configured and will appear for all users. Thank you for watching. That's my AWS Linux project.